Hi and welcome everyone to today's presentation of Enlabs. My name is Stefan Knutsson and I'm an equity analyst here at ABG Sundal Collier. And with me today I have the CEO of Enlabs, Gjorts Ustinov. Welcome.
Thank you, Stefan. Hi everyone, greetings from Riga, Latvia. My apologies for not being able to be in Stockholm now, but we'll try to do it in the best possible manner. My name is Gjorts. I'm the CEO of Enlabs, been together with the company for 3 years, and I'm in the position of CEO now for half a year. Time flies quite fast. This is Enlabs. Yes, thank you for shifting the slides. We can go to the next one. Perfect. Enlabs is the largest online gambling operator in the Baltics, best known with the flagship brand Ebitda. If you wonder what a gambling operator is, we are a customer-facing B2C operator, and effectively customers come to our websites and gamble online. So that's an online gambling operator. Our licensed Baltic online market share is more than 25%. We are the largest online licensed operator in Latvia, second biggest in Estonia, and fourth biggest in Lithuania. We focus on regulated or soon to be regulated markets. More than 90% of our revenues are coming from local licenses where we pay local gaming taxes and comply with local regulations. So we call these revenues sustainable. We are executing a multi-brand sales strategy, focusing on various customer segments, and we own our own technology, the gaming platform and sportsbook product, which enables us to achieve high margins in our operations. On to the next slide, I will briefly comment about our brands. Currently, we have 3 of them. Ebitda is our flagship brand, and Ebitda is positioned as a one-stop shop where all kinds of players can find any type of product they want. So the idea with this brand is to offer the richest possible content available to an online gambler. So we have casino, live casino, sportsbook, live bets, daily fantasy, sports, esports, virtual sports, bingo, poker verticals, you name it. Yeah, you can find everything on Ebitda. Our second brand, Limes, is basically a recent addition to our portfolio, which we made as different as possible from Ebitda. Limes offers a gender-neutral mobile-first casino with also a bingo vertical. It's made hyper-local, specific for Latvian market. Even the brand name in itself, Limes, stands for luck or happiness in Latvian, also for Limes fruit. And, you know, this is a very local brand approach, and in the future it will also be equally relevant in Lithuania. And Best Poker is our global poker-focused brand. The brand name itself kind of communicates the purpose of it, and the evolution of this brand with time will happen through adding casino and live casino verticals. On to our licenses. Yeah, as I said, for us, we focus on regulated or soon to be regulated markets. On the left-hand side, we can see the 3 Baltic licenses, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. In total, these 3 markets, the gambling market is worth 1 billion euros. This is online plus retail. Now, online penetration in these markets is still quite low. It stands at around 20%. And also within online, still 1/3 of the market is unlicensed. Yeah, so what is inherent to these markets has been growth of more than 40% for the last 3 years. And why it has been like that? Effectively because customers are switching from retail to online and from unlicensed to licensed, because the regulator is taking quite active actions for protection of the licensed market. So these have been markets with really high growth and at the same time with quite high barriers for entry. All three markets have been regulated for quite some time. Latvia was the first one to regulate in 2008. Estonia followed in 2011 and Lithuania most recently in 2017. So regulation is quite established. And when I talk about barriers, for example, in Latvia, you need 1.4 million equity just to register to be able to apply for the license. The license itself costs 200,000 euro. You need to certify the platform, which is not new. But in Latvia, the biggest limitation is that it's not allowed to advertise gambling whatsoever in the country. In Lithuania, to get an online license, one would need at least 20 betting shops or one fully functional casino to get to the kind of online environment. And Estonia is a bit more liberal. It requires 1 million in equity and also platform certification. So this is our core arena. We have a Maltese license on which we run our kind of locally unregulated operations. We have a license in Belarus. Currently, that is a retail license which allows us to start also online operations, and that is in the process. And we have a Swedish license. Our operations currently in Sweden are almost non-existent. We haven't been focusing on Sweden that much, but that also will change in the future. On to the next slide, please. Our markets, so this is a logical continuation of the previous slide of our licenses. Our core kind of region is the Baltics. You can see the market positions once again: number 1 Latvia, number 2 Estonia, number 4 Lithuania. We are active in Finland. We are active in Belarus. In Belarus currently only small retail operations, but in the future we'll also go online. And our markets of interest, we highlight that is Sweden and that is Ukraine. So we are kind of successfully growing in our basically time sphere plus minus 1 hour, going to the north and to the east. And for us, why basically we are now able to talk about this geographical expansion is because we have reached the level of operations and the level of our technology that in the Baltics we now feel very comfortable. And it's time now for the company to take next step and kind of go beyond the Baltic markets. And these are the neighboring markets where we feel we can definitely succeed. Next page, please. On to the operational update. So now I will comment a bit more on what happened during the second quarter. So we start with stabilized regulatory landscape. So for us, second quarter of 2020 was quite turbulent, especially in our main market, Latvia, where during the COVID crisis in late March, the government decided to suspend all gambling licenses in the country. Definitely a rushed decision. Once emotions settled down, we were able to talk through the situation and explain that licensed operator is way better than unregulated operations. We provide protection for the customer, we contribute taxes to the state budget, and online licenses were renewed on June 10. And what is interesting that right on the next week after the licenses got reactivated, we broke several daily activity records. So our expectations were certainly exceeded by how loyal our customers are. And with this 2 months pause, they returned basically immediately to OptiBet. And interestingly, in a few of our retail shops, customers even came with flowers to greet the cashiers. So we were very positively surprised, and business has recovered very fast. In Lithuania, retail operations were suspended from March 18 till May 18, and there was an agreement to stop marketing communication. And in Estonia, there was also an unwritten agreement to stop marketing advertisement, and we have no retail operations, so we're not affected by that. The main probably takeaway is that as of Q3, our operations are not affected by any COVID-related limitations. On to the next one, please. Very briefly talking about the numbers. So very important that second quarter is not representable of our kind of normal quarter, because we had 2 months pause in Latvia in our largest market. Our revenues amounted to 6.1 million euro, 35% decrease year over year, which is definitely not a normal situation. At the same time, total active customers have been on par with the previous quarter, highlighting that this recovery at the end of June was very active. And we also demonstrated that our business model is very flexible. By losing a big portion of revenues, we still remained profitable on Ebitda and net profit level, and also delivered profitable, positive, I should say, operating cash flow. Next, please. Key activities, key events during the quarter. Once again, Latvian suspension of license, which is now kind of reactivated and everything's completely fine. We acquired 29.9% stake in company Global Gaming. Global Gaming stands behind very successful brand Ninja Casino. And as we speak now, we have acquired already 54%, so have become the majority owners. We launched new brand lines, which I briefly commented, and we made a bunch of important product updates. Events after the period, very interesting news came for us in the form that Ukraine adopted the new gaming law, which effectively means that doors are open for us to start operations there once the final details are clear. We have launched Optibet brand in Latin America, in Peru and Chile. We have continued making product improvements. And very importantly, in July, we can say that gaming revenues have been up 11% year over year. So Enlabs has returned very successfully to a growth trend. Next, please. Multi-brand strategy in motion. So here I want to elaborate a little bit more about Lime's brand. It was launched on the 10th of June. We started out from Latvia. And here I want to share just a few highlights, a few KPIs, how this brand has performed during July. Effectively first full months after the launch. And we compare it with our previous launch of Optibet brand in Lithuania. What can we see? We can see that customer acquisition numbers have been 10 times higher for Limes, 6 times higher deposit amount, 75% of revenues are coming from mobile device. We have achieved our objective with building a gender-neutral brand with the 50-50 male-female split in terms of registered customers. And very importantly, this brand took off profitable from the start. And by profitable, I mean not only gross profit level, but the whole bottom line. How did we achieve that? That's the beauty of the business model, that we can onboard new brands without increasing any fixed costs. That's about Limes. Next page, please. New market development. So we have 4 markets where we currently put our focus on. Latin America, in July, we launched in Peru and Chile. Launched very slowly, very carefully, very prudently. We established a small local office with the local support, and basically, we want to continue with these operations in the same prudent way. We make one step at a time. We're searching for effective sales channels, understanding local customs better with every day, and being able to provide locally relevant product to the customers in Latin America. Once we figure out these 2 markets and become profitable there, we will consider expanding further in the region, with Mexico and Brazil being massive, very interesting markets, but we still need to get there. In terms of Sweden, we are now focused on improving the product. The site, which is now Optibet.se, is an absolute MVP. That's not a kind of demonstration of our capabilities. We haven't been focusing on Sweden so far because we're getting high ROI in the Baltics. But the time we feel has come for us to bring also our Swedish product to the competitive level and become kind of much more active on that market. We are adding local knowledge to the team and focusing a lot on compliance. In terms of Belarus, we have decided to push online launch to 2021. This is, to a large extent, I should say, impacted by the current political development in the country. There are still constantly ongoing riots after the presidential elections on August the 8th. It's very hard to travel to Belarus, so we decided to refocus our energy currently on other projects and activate Belarus in 2021. We also feel that that's much more adequate timing. We are happy to see that there are already 3 online licenses granted in Belarus, proving that it is possible to launch there. And we also see that those companies which have launched are heavily focused on sportsbook. So for us, that's an indication that we should go with casino first approach. And Ukraine, as I said, very interesting news. Market became regulated. There are still final details in the law which are unclear. For example, how high the gambling taxes and duties will be. And it's currently unclear when exactly the first licenses will be granted. But once we'll be legally able to get a license, we'll certainly pursue that opportunity, and we're currently establishing a legal entity in Ukraine. Why Ukraine is relevant for us? Firstly, we speak common language in the form of Russian language. We have a database of Ukrainian players playing with us on optibet.com. We understand the mentality, and it's a very big country, 42 million people. Online gambling market estimated at 300 million, bigger than the whole Baltics, much bigger than the whole Baltics. So a very interesting opportunity for us. Next, please. Product updates. It feels we have been very busy on all fronts during the second quarter. When I talk about product, I mean 3 components. I mean the platform on which all the content is sitting, I mean the content itself, and also the service which we provide to our customers. On the platform side, we have completed migration of Best Poker brand onto the new technology. And for those who are new to the company, we have the old platform and the new platform, which we started developing in late 2016, and now have brought that platform to the stage when we are migrating one brand at a time to new platform and becoming a single platform, a very lean, multi-brand, multi-market company. And the big migration of Latvian business is now planned for September, and by end of the year we'll complete all migrations and will really be operational on one platform. What does it mean for us? That will eliminate a lot of duplicating processes within the company and become much, much faster in terms of rolling out new brands and new markets as well. On the content side, we joined Playtex Poker Network. With that added also Playtex Casino and Live Casino games. We launched daily fantasy sports product from Scout Gaming in Estonia, launched esports from Avery Matrix, launched virtual sports from Leap, and exclusive PG soft content in Casino vertical. So quite active there. And in terms of service, this is where we really believe we are making the difference compared to our peers. We are now working on automated withdrawals, which means that customer basically receives withdrawal immediately and no person in between needs to participate in that. We have started outbound calling project to improve conversion from registrations to deposits. And very obviously, we have catered for local payment solutions when entering Latin America. Next, please. Thank you. M&A update. Here we have also been active during the quarter. Now we have acquired, as of now, basically 54% share in Global Gaming, the company behind Ninja Casino brand. For us, this is a very strategic acquisition and move towards becoming a powerhouse in the Baltic Sea region. We have 2 common markets, Finland, where Global Gaming is very strong. We are making first steps. And Estonia, where we are very strong and Global Gaming is making not first steps, but starting its path in the market, so we can contribute each other a lot there. We definitely like the Ninja Casino brand in itself. It has global potential in our eyes. We like the pay-and-play technology, and we like a very strong team behind the operations. We believe that this acquisition between the two groups can unlock, and merger between the two groups can unlock extensive amount of synergies. We bring on our own technology, gaming platform, also sportsbook product. We have licenses where we can onboard Ninja Casino brand, and we can eliminate duplicating processes within the group and optimize costs. And we have communicated that we are going to make a public offer for the remaining shares in Global Gaming at 11 SEK per share. Currently working on the bid documentation, and very soon it will follow. And next, please. Reaching new heights. Our financial targets for year 2021. Where do we want to be? In 2021, Enlabs will deliver at least 20 million Ebitda with an earnings per share growth of more than 40% annually through a combination of organic growth and acquisitions. That's basically pretty clear, and I feel at this stage very confident about us achieving those targets. Next, please. Since we started talking about the numbers, let's continue with that. Once again, Q2 2020 is not representable of our normal activity. I will explain, shortly the trend. In Q4 2019, everything perfectly fine. Q1 2020, in March, we started feeling impact of COVID quite actively, especially on the sportsbook side. Immediately revenues dropped, which made us kind of deliver slightly lower result than in Q4. And in Q2, we really suffered from 2 months suspension in Latvia, from complete lack of sports activity, also from closed retail operations in Latvia and Lithuania. While in July, everything is completely open up, and no regulatory restrictions, and we see that in July our gaming revenues were 11% up year over year. So we are definitely back on the growth trend. Next, please. Here I want to highlight that basically the gap between our EBITDA and net profit margin is actually quite lean, and what I didn't mention on previous slide, that we are stably achieving more than 30% growth per year with more than 30% EBITDA margin, which in my opinion is quite exclusive. And our 30% EBITDA margin translates into 25% net profit margin, which is also quite impressive. Why the conversion is so effective? Because we don't have any debt, we don't have any interest expense, we have very minimal foreign currency exposure. We operate more than 99% in euro. We have favorable corporate taxation regimes in our core markets, and this kind of jointly allows us really to achieve very strong bottom line returns. And on the right-hand side of the slide, we can see our EPS dynamics. If we exclude Q2, basically we have been showing close to 40% annualized growth rate as we have in our financial targets. Next, please. And to finish off the financial part, we have a very strong balance sheet, no debt, and no interest-bearing liabilities whatsoever. 25% of our total assets are cash, and we have very strong equity ratio of 90%. Next. The closing slide. The sun always shines after the storm. Yes, Q2 has been tough, but the exit from Q2 has been very smooth and pleasant for us. Regulatory landscape has stabilized. We have demonstrated that we have a flexible business model and can quickly adjust to external circumstances. We have rolled out a new, very successful brand, and we are back to growth in July. Thank you.
Thank you, George, for the presentation. We're running a bit behind schedule here, so I will be quick. But the acquisition of Global Gaming and the Ninja brand, what would you say are the main purpose behind that?
As I said, I mean, there are many purposes, basically, yeah, but we see that two groups are doing very similar things and can do them better jointly. That's in a nutshell.
And how would you view the Ninja brand in comparison to your other main brand, Optibet?
Optibet is a one-stop shop, yeah, so Optibet offers all possible gaming verticals, while Ninja Casino has been pioneer of pay-and-play technology, yeah. Casino focused, very fast registrations, everything happening fast. So brands are very different, and that's what we actually like a lot about them.
And if you see the potential to go, like geographic potential of the brands, do you see them as similar or?
I would say that Ninja Casino, in the brand name itself, it kind of wants to go to the East and Asia, yeah, and Optibet is much more generic brand. It can go all over the place.
And I know that you've talked previously about that you need one more acquisition to reach your target. Do you think that this was the acquisition that you needed?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for today, George.
Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.